Just over 40 minutes before the cessation of hostilities was due to come into effect, a vote by the UN Security Council to endorse it. It was unanimous. Ambassadors were addressed by video link by the UN Special Envoy for Syria, who said this was a crucial moment.
No doubt there will be no shortage of attempts to undermine this process. We are ready for it. We should not be impressed. We should not be overly concerned. We should address it and realize that this is part of any ceasefire and certainly of a cessation of hostilities.
In the hours before the cessation of hostilities came into effect, there was an increase in violence, including fresh bombardment by the Air Force of Russia, which with the US is supposed to be one of the main sponsors of this process.
Many of the towns being hit by Syrian and Russian bombers are towns like Jazeera, a suburb of Damascus that is being pummeled up to this very day, a town that is not held by ISIL or the al-Nusra Front. It is hard to seem serious and sincere about ceasing hostilities when you ramp up fighting right up to the minute the cessation of hostilities is to take effect.
Behind the scenes, there was also disagreement between countries that are usually allies. The start of the meeting was delayed after the US changed the text of the draft resolution at the last minute. The new version removed mention of the main opposition bloc, the High Negotiations Committee.
The HNC represents a broad sweep of the opposition forces fighting in Syria against the tyranny of Assad. They deserve our wholehearted support, which regrettably was not reflected in this resolution.
Everyone knows there are bound to be violations of this cessation of hostilities. Diplomats tell me the best they can hope for is a lull in the violence, and then perhaps they can persuade the warring parties to resume those talks in Geneva. A new date has been set, the 7th of March. James Bays, Al Jazeera of the United Nations.